Alright, so don't get me wrong, beating your meat requires balance like everything in life. If you do it too much, you'll be a neckbeard. If you don't do it at all, you'll be a Timothy. Because real men jack off. See, there are 3 stages of puberty. First is physical growth, second is mental growth, and third is jacking your cock. See, when you jack off, you unlock something extremely powerful, deeply embedded in your genetic code, almost like the fucking Sharingan from Naruto. Now, a little fact about the Sharingan is that the more stress that you put on it and the more that you use it, the more you grow as a person and the stronger your Sharingan gets, and the penis is the exact same way. After you unlock the 4th variation of the Sharingan, the Mangekyo, if you overuse it, you will go blind, and the same applies to your penis. You will start shooting blanks and you will start going limp. Now, all jokes aside, there are some benefits to nofap, but a decent portion of the nofap community is completely psychotic. They start making up all these crazy benefits, that they're going through a spiritual awakening just because they haven't jacked off, that they're getting these magical powers, they can bench press pickup trucks, get any girl that they want, shoot fucking dragon semen out of their dick. And they make up this bullshit ass evidence, and that's what this video is about today. We have this man named Improvement Pill, the ultimate bullshit artist. Let's get into it.
I strongly believe that nofap is the #1 most life-changing change that you can make in your life today. But there's a lot of skepticism behind quitting pornography, as our society actually encourages young men and women to watch porn and masturbate.
Okay, I know the video just started, but I don't know why he's putting that bass in his voice as if it makes him sound more masculine, and he's so monotone and he speaks so goddamn slow like he's at a fucking funeral. So for the sake of your fucking experience, my nigga, I'm gonna just go ahead and speed this nigga up.
Because of this, there's millions of people on this planet that are not aware of the dangerous side effects of viewing pornography. So today I'm going to convince you to take on the nofap challenge and quit pornography for good by using scientific evidence to back up my claims. Now, before we even jump into pornography itself, we have to talk about a special little neurotransmitter called dopamine. What is dopamine? Why is it important? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is responsible for seeking and searching rewards. Dopamine provides us with the motivation and drive to pursue potential rewards or long-term goals. If you've ever craved a dessert, that was all because of dopamine.
Okay, so here he's just using big words and manipulating evidence in which he only tells half of the truth so that it better suits his argument. The reason that we crave dessert is somewhat because of dopamine, but no, dopamine is not the only reason that you eat. You eat because you're hungry. Like, bro, if dopamine was the only reason that you eat, okay, so let's take something that releases more dopamine, like cocaine. If you eat only cocaine for more than a week, you're gonna die. You're gonna starve to death and have a damn heart attack. This is nonsense.
Scientists have even conducted experiments where they turned off the dopamine receptors in rats and found that the rats would become so lazy that they die of starvation even though there was food in their cage. They simply had no motivation. Drugs like cocaine, heroin, Adderall all work on the dopamine receptors in your brain.
I actually have ADHD and I take Adderall to support that shit. My doctor wrote me that shit and I'm on it almost every fucking time I record one of these videos, and I don't think for a fucking second any of you question my sanity or mental fucking capacity. I'm a fucking genius.
They stimulate the dopamine receptors at extremely high levels. Your body is constantly trying to maintain homeostasis, which is a baseline level. So when presented with levels that are not natural, your brain reacts by decreasing your overall number of receptors. What are the effects of lower amounts of dopamine? Studies have shown that people with low dopamine receptors have the following side effects: fatigue, lack of motivation, insomnia, mood swings, memory loss, social anxiety, low libido, sugar cravings, stress, inability to connect with others, inability to focus. And there's also growing evidence that low dopamine is a direct cause of depression. You're probably thinking, well, that's for hardcore drugs. There's no way pornography can have a similar effect on my nervous system as cocaine. And it's here where you're wrong. Sexual stimuli is actually the most stimulating dopamine activity you can naturally partake in.
Okay, that's facts. Sex is one of the most stimulating activities that you can naturally participate in that releases dopamine. So here, why are you comparing sex, a natural activity, and putting it in the same category as something like fucking cocaine and meth and heroin? Not even 30 seconds ago, you said that dopamine fucking transmitters are only decreased when the brain fucking gets a unnatural amount of them, but sex is a natural activity.
And level. So when presented with levels that are not natural, your brain reacts by decreasing your overall number of receptors.
It's almost as if you're ignoring the truth if it doesn't suit your argument. What a fucking coincidence.
is because sex is crucial for the survival of your genes, so your body always rewarded you the most for it. It raises your dopamine levels to around 200%, which is the same amount as morphine, and a bit lower than cocaine, which stands at 300%. And unlike cocaine, which peaks at 300% for only a couple of minutes, pornography has the ability to stay above 200% for as long as you'd like. This is due to—
Yes, it's true that cocaine only raises your dopamine for like 30 minutes or whatever the fuck statistic he pulled off of Wikipedia. But then he says pornography allows you to keep it at that level as long as you like. What? After I beat my dick, I feel good for like not even a fucking minute. And then I don't even want to look at the fucking porn anymore. What are you talking about?
Sex until he physically could not move. This same effect is 100% present in humans. This means while watching pornography, you can consistently keep your dopamine levels high by watching different videos.
I like how here he compares real actual sex to fucking beating your dick to a computer screen. And then too, bro, I jack off every once in a while, and by every once in a while, I mean every 3 to 5 hours. Nah, but in all seriousness, I don't jack off that often. It's like maybe once a week, maybe? I don't fucking know. I don't count. But nigga, sometimes I watch the same goddamn videos that I watched the last time that I jacked off, so that's complete nonsense.
Every new video, every new clip you watch is like taking another little bump of cocaine. And unlike cocaine, which is something you can only do so much of because of its high cost, difficulty to get, and risk of overdose, it's entirely possible for you to watch porn for hours and hours at a time. And remember, for the entire time you're watching porn, you're bombarding your brain with dopamine levels equivalent to those caused by some hardcore drugs.
Bro, you literally just said that cocaine releases a little bit, it's not a little bit, it's probably about 200 more fucking dopamine units than jacking off does. So what the hell are you talking about? You just said that they were the equivalent. How?
And of course, when that happens, your brain starts decreasing the amount of dopamine receptors you have. And over the course of years of watching porn, you end up doing some serious damage to your dopamine reward circuits. This is a large reason as to why there are so many men out there that have mental disorders such as social anxiety, depression, and lack of motivation.
Well, you heard it here, folks. The main reason that all these young men are depressed and have social anxiety and no motivation is because they jack off too much. Modern psychiatry has struggled to tackle the source of this problem, but my nigga improvement pill has found it. Just stop beating your dick and you won't be depressed. Wow, genius. But yeah, that's pretty much the conclusion of his shitty ass nonsensical video. I don't even know if I used that word right. I'm just trying to sound smart and whatnot. But yeah, I guess that's it for today, guys. Like, subscribe for the N-word pass. And remember, real men jack off. And now I'm about to go beat my cock.
I like to get high to my own music. Quit being pussy, nigga, just get into it. I seen a bitch beat her pussy up, I abused it. When I gave her money, took her there, she ain't even use it. Damn, why you looking in the mirror? You could never be me. The way this shit happened to me, should've seen it through.